So I am sitting here at my computer desk. Hi! Waiting for a student to arrive. So I thought I would give you a bit of a bird's eye view of what things look like from where I sit in the morning. So I have a stand up desk. Right now I am sitting on a bar chair, but I can push this back that way just a few inches and stand up. So whatever my back needs me to do to switch back and forth so that it doesn't start barking at me, I do. And I love this desk for this reason. So I put my laptop on the top. Okay. I have a little, I don't know, I've had this for a while and not knowing what to do with it. So now I put whatever props like stars, or I keep these little superheroes. They're generic. So if I haven't pulled up a digital prop, I can always grab these or the stars if I need them. But what I use this mostly for is a clip and my cards of my student. So this is my student that I'm teaching today. This is her Chinese name, her date of birth, so I can make sure she matches up. I put the time and date, what lesson she's on, and then I'll put down the reward that I am doing for her. And I am doing Harry Potter spells because she loves Harry Potter. So on this second level of my desk, see there's my laptop up top. On this second level, I keep my digital rewards, my iPad for my digital rewards. I keep Meg, Mike, and Dino right here. I use these every day. This is what I use to conjugate verbs. So anytime we're talking about a verb and we're going through the different ways to use that verb, whether it's I am, you are, he, she, it is, I use these all the time. All right, then I have, of course, my coffee. And then I have a mouse pad. I don't know what all this dust is. I have a mouse pad, and I bought one of these with the gel because it really helps my wrist, and I was having some wrist troubles my first couple of months. So that helps. So that is my desk situation. Okay, I have my new lights there. I can move them any way I want, and I'm really liking those. So I sit over here in my corner. You can see outside my patio. But right here next to me, within arm's length, is a little antique secretary that was given to me by my son and his sweet wife. And so in the top here, I have a box full of a few things that I tend to grab. The things I don't grab as often, like the doll, I'll put in the back, or the chopsticks and Chinese fan. But the things I do, the one thing in here I grab almost all the time is this right here, the little ball. I got this at Dollar Tree. But it's a globe ball, so I can use it to show where things are. I can also use it to show a ball. I can use it with the soccer ball, the other one that I use a great deal. I'll leave it propped right here so I can easily grab it because that's a favored sport. They also like basketball, so I have that one. All these came from the Dollar Tree. But I use them a lot, especially the Planet one and the soccer ball. Those are within reach. Some other things that are within reach are up here is the kite. I usually have the strings like here hanging out so I can grab it easily. All right. A lesser used thing is a hat that I use to bring out talking about sheep and wool, what we get from sheep. All right. I have a little container here that has some figurines and has an airplane that I grab quite often, fish, some other little things that I might grab and use. These are some that I grab a good bit. These are the little 2D props that a lot of them I've made, like this one, and just covered in contact paper. I use this one a lot. I don't use the deer quite as much because I have a deer animal I'll show you in a minute. I use this one because it's a cute card, shows penguins, and they dance as you move it. They always like that. I have a few other things in here like a pig and dolphin. And then I have, I'm trying to find it now, the other one that I use a good bit is shark. We talk about fins, we talk about sharks being fish, whatever, and when we're talking about the ocean and all that. So these are my little 2Ds that I tend to use the most. This is a wonderful little thing, and it's come in handy. I used it today when we were talking about the senses and talking about smell and stinky. Those were the words today. And again, Dollar Tree. It's excellent. This is a bank, so I use it when we're doing a unit on Britain, but also use it to talk about money, counting money, that sort of thing. These are wonderful, Dollar Tree again. These get used, I can use them in games to roll the dice and let them go forward and say the word or whatever. I also use these to introduce the color orange or cubes. I use them when we're talking about geometrics. Those are wonderful. I have some 3 different sets of flashcards here. I don't use those quite as much anymore. I will say that. I did in the beginning though. They were really good. I don't use them quite as much anymore. This I use all the time. I have marked where I live, and we talk about different animals, or when it talks about a little boy living in New York and his friend moves to Massachusetts, I point it out on the map so they have a visual of what this means, because that's different than if they were moving, there clear across the country to California. So I use this a great deal. Let's see, what is the other? Oh, this little jar that I keep my soccer ball propped up on. I use these sometimes for rewards, but these come in handy, especially the turtle and the frog come in quite a bit. So these come in good when you're talking about semi-aquatic animals. They come in good when you're talking about hopping or jumping, how animals move. I got a little crab. I will mimic, the pinching sound. And anytime you can mimic an animal and have them mimic that animal back, they tend to remember more. TPR. And this turtle comes in quite handy for talking about slow or semi-aquatic, animals. I grab him quite a bit. Ducks, when we're talking about farm animals or birds that have feathers, and we're sorting animals into mammals or birds, that comes out. So, but these also have been used as rewards for classes too, that we're talking about mammals or sea creatures and that kind of thing. So, and I just keep my ball propped there so I can just grab it in a hurry, because like I said, I use it all the time. All right, so I'm going to swing around. Of course, this is my map on the back wall, invaluable. I use that almost daily too in my classes, because I want them to understand where things are. I think it just, excuse my fingers, I think it means more. So this is my couch. So, and my dog, she's working hard with me today. She's supposed to be over there on the part that has the blanket, but no. So I use this end, because I never sit on this end. I always sit down there. And so I have a little cheap Dollar Tree box, and these are my little, almost all Dollar Tree figures. And I use them a lot. I am serious. I use the giraffe, the lion, the tiger, the horse. This one is actually a camel that came from Egypt. I think it's Egypt. My parents took a trip to the Holy Lands back when I was a kid and brought back several of these. And I love this guy, and he gets used. You wouldn't think that much, but yes, he gets used a good bit in these lessons. Zebra gets used a good bit. Sheep. I have some others here I don't use quite as often. I have a deer now, so if we're talking about deer. And I haven't found a really great bear, but there is one down there. And I use this elephant for a lot, talking about trunks, elephant ears, that kind of thing. And then back here I have a couple of my little animals that I'll bring out to, there's my headphones, that I'll bring out to play with the kids on and to get them excited. And so I have a little dog. I always mimic animals anytime I can, because they love it. So that, pretty much in a nutshell, is my setup. All my wires come from the edge of my desk here. All right, I have them threaded through this binder clip. Let's see if you see. So I have them threaded through here and going into my converter that goes into my MacBook Pro. So that way when I unhook this, when I'm finished for the day and I unhook this, it doesn't fall off my table, because it can just hang right there, or, whatever I want to do with it, sit it up here, but it's not going to fall on the floor. So I came up with that just a day or two ago, and that's been wonderful. I love it when I can figure stuff out like that. That drives me crazy. Things falling off a table drive me crazy. So I hope this has helped you find your own system. And after a month or two, you're going to have the things that you use the most. You're going to get rid of the things that you don't use very often. And I suggest doing that, because the less you have around you, the quicker you can grab hold of what you need. Up under my desk is where I will keep things I don't use very often. So I have my container that I have to pack out any props that I want to take with me when I go and leave home, so that I can teach away from home. And they all fit right in there, so it works great. All right, so I hope this has helped you a little bit. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments or give me a holler, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! So this is a shot of my desk and classroom area, my little corner of my living room. If you would like to look in the description box, I list some of these items and I actually give links to a few things that I have purchased. You can go straight to that link and take a look at it and see if it works for you. So I hope this has helped. I'll see you soon. Bye.